Are we good now? I really want to know we're good now. I don't know what it is. I think I'm going to have to stick with this. The lighting seems at least well enough that I'm not obscured and just weird like this. I'm not that dark, so I can be seen, right? It might also be because there's a reflection on the screen from my end. Because it's so nice out, I could get to do the review after I get out of the theater in the nice bright sunshine. The downside of that is the glare is in the fact that the strobe, like right off my arm, I look like I'm glowing right now. I'm that white. Actually, my arm's relatively tan, but it's that bright on the camera that looks like I'm glowing. Anyway, Wonder Park. So Wonder Park, I saw this trailer attached to a bunch of films for a while, and it looked generic. Okay, this girl creates a park with her mom, something bad happens with the mom. I was assuming the mom died. She did not. And, because of that, she loses her creative spark, and the park fades away, and turns out the park is real. We learned very early on, the park is a real place. Like, people go there. We even see some of the people who are there out in the real world. So, it is a real place people go to. How they get there, well, they're just brought there, possibly against their will, but possibly brainwashed. Look, I know this is a animated fantasy movie. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna nitpick some plot points here. Like, for instance, you get people who love going there. Is this the same group of people every time? Are they just used to this? Are you randomly kidnapping people from around the world saying, enjoy the park, you can leave at any time you want, but come on. One of us. Be one of us. No, sorry. But, yeah, okay, sure. And I have no issue with the fact that it's a bunch of anthropomorphic talking animals. Not all of the beavers and the porcupine. Okay, so not all, most of them are anthropomorphic, but a bear, a talking porcupine, a talking boar, the beavers, a chimpanzee. You got no problem dealing with that, but, whatever. It whatever works for you, man. But yeah, from like the jokes like with the porcupine hits a bunch of them chimpanzee zombies with his quills, it's like nailed it. Jokes like that weren't working for me in the trailer. Just came off very simplistic and cheesy, like very kids film, very young kids film. I will say this was definitely better than I thought it was going to be. It was pretty rudimentary. There was nothing that really, in terms of what we got, it was, okay, problems, like, learn a lesson, all that. That went down the same as you get in most films. And it was pretty, once the villain was taken care of, it was a pretty easy fix against the villain. But where this film definitely took me by surprise, I guess is the best way to put it. What this film did in that respect is the subject matter of what was going on was handled a lot more maturely than I thought it would be. Essentially what happens is, I can't remember June. Her name's June. June and her mom created Wonder Park as their and they was, whispering to Peanut, who's the chimpanzee's ear, give him his marker, and in their world, he would hear this voice, and he creates it with his magic marker. Her mom, we never find out what the mom had. We don't really need to know what the mom had. The mom ended up being okay. It's implied probably cancer, but it might have been something else, because they said there's some special doctors she needed to see and go away for a while. So it might have been cancer, like chemo. She just needed to be away for a while, and she was all healthy and things along those lines, but... But when she goes, her daughter, who tries to build Wonder Park, or tries to keep Wonder Park alive, but she can't do it. And the darkness is what appears and consumes everything. And the darkness was a representation of her fear of the loss of her mom. Which and the breakdown she has with her dad and her aunt and uncle seemed very, very real, particularly because she throws away the blueprints for this park she made with her mom into the fire, and then she sees this part that her mom signed, and she realized, and then she immediately tries to go back, realizing the mistake she just made, and then she just breaks down in front of her dad, and then goes upstairs, breaks down in front of him. it's actually really well done. It was really well portrayed. It was portrayed like a realistic scenario that they would be in. So I actually respect it. And yeah, you get that whole, they find out she's the one that caused it. Blah, blah, blah. We don't like you anymore because you caused the destruction of our home and our park, blah, blah, blah. And then it all gets taken care of. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. I'll also say there's no real bad guy. I do appreciate a film every now and then where there's no actual villain. It's the circumstances that has caused the problems in the park for June and for the park. June's circumstances caused the park's problems, and it's still a problem for June that she's dealing with. And I can respect the fact that it was more about her accepting something and not letting it control her. I've never gotten this notion, by the way, of light can't defeat the dark. It's like, I hate to tell you this, is that the light actually will always beat dark. Here's the, with the exception of like a black hole, but black hole is physics. When you're going from the metaphysical standpoint of these things, we're going into some quantum stuff here, folks. Going Avengers, possibly. We don't know if they're going to the quantum realm. That's the big theory, anyway. Is that take a canvas, a pure black canvas, you put even the smallest hint of light on there, that light will stand out. You put a giant white canvas on a paintboard and the tiny speck of black, that will actually, it'll be a lot harder to pinpoint that black, that like teeny pinpoint of black in the sea of white, as opposed to finding that little teeny bit of white in that black. It's easier for light to stand out in dark than dark to stand out in light. That's why I've never actually understood these, well, I understand because this represents evil and good triumphing evil. I get that. But to me, it's like, you realize that light, as long as there's even a little light, it will stay. A perfect example of this I've heard comparison of is with Star Wars, where the Jedis were, pictured the Jedi and the Force as the universe, and each light represents a Force user, or a light side user. But as the light, when the Jedi were at their peak, it was stars and all those stars, and you could pinpoint and find all the Jedi. As they quickly dimmed out, it was hard and hard to find them. But if you looked hard enough, you could still find some sparks of light in the darkness. Same concept here. So I never quite understood it completely. The animation's, it's nice looking animation. It does look like it's a bit dated. Like, from what I understand, this film's actually, or was made like a couple years ago, like around 2015, 2016. So it's been on the shelves for, 3 or 4 years, give or take. Something along those lines. So, yeah, this does feel old. Like, this feels more like a film I would have watched in the late 2000s. Not 2010s, like 2008, 9, maybe a 2010 film. It does feel cinematic, because they do some great cinematography, like with the roller coasters and some of the rides, absolutely. And, yeah, the rides this kid makes, you could see a young kid, like a carousel with fish, that when you press the fish fin, the fish flies, and you feed them popcorn and stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, that's something I can see a kid making up. Or the giant thing where it flings the ball with people in it, and it gets grabbed by another ball. Completely unsafe, but the exact thing a kid would think of. And we do see that. You see in the trailer, too, where she makes this giant-ass ramp, and almost completes her run on this ride she does, and nearly dies because she nearly hits a freaking truck because it goes out of control. And, yeah! It's like, the father even says, like, yeah, or lunatic daughter's like, yeah, you might need to rein that kid in just a smidgen. Because that kid is going to either kill herself, kill others, or become a Marvel hero or villain. And only one of those is a good outcome. And another thing I'm going to point out is they build their little wonder park in the back when everything's sent down. Her mom eventually comes back, and when I realized the running joke of her friend Baik, I can't remember the name of the kid. He's constantly ringing the door. So at the end where he rings, ding 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 dong, ring ding dong, I'm like, her mom's going to show, and sure enough, her mom's going to show up. And apparently they build this entire elaborate park where all these kids come and play and stuff like that. They have the or the Wonder Chimps, as I believe they're called. Did you actually build a small business? Because it looks like you're just giving away the chimps. Because did you build a small business? I mean, yeah, that's a little odd there. A little, not odd, but are you actually making money up? You could. You have to go through all the legal parameters to do so, but you could. I don't think they were. I think they were just, having a big fun neighborhood thing. And I mean, the animal characters, they're good for what they're good. They're fine for what they are. Here's the thing. This film is supposedly made on roughly like $100 million. I guarantee you about a quarter of that budget went to the voice cast. John Oliver, Mila Kunis, Matthew Broderick, Jennifer Gardner's in there. Was there anyone else that I recognized right off the top of my head? There wasn't anyone else I recognized off the top of my head, but that's like, you got these people? Like, okay. So about 20 to 25% of the budget probably went to their paychecks. That might be a little pushing a little bit. Probably more like 15 to 20, but still 15 to 20 million of that budget went to their paychecks. And that's not including everyone else. Overall, was it bad? No, I can't say it was bad. Was it great? No, it's not going to be an all-time classic by any stretch of the means. Was it enjoyable? Was the surprisingly large amount of people in there enjoying themselves? Yeah, they seem to be enjoying themselves. Would I recommend it? On your own, if you're interested, sure. But is it a good little family film? That I will definitely say. It's a good little family film. I will definitely give it's a good little family film. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. The trailers, Angry Birds 2. I fall into the rare camp people. I didn't love Angry Birds, but I certainly didn't hate it. It was okay. It was not great, not terrible. Just, it's okay. Which is amazing to say about a game based off a video game app. Or an app video game. What was this one? No, what was this one? I'll get back to that in a little bit. Breakthrough. Yeah, okay. You talk about a trailer that you see over and over again that you're getting tired of seeing. For me, it was the How to Train Your Dragon trailer a few months back. I loved the movie, and I was going to see the movie, but I'm like, stop showing me the trailer. I get it. For me, it's Breakthrough. Right now, it's Breakthrough. I am seeing this attached to everything. Now, luckily, we're getting close to when it's coming out. I think it's coming out in about another month, give or take. So, as soon as that comes out, I'll be free of that trailer. I'm looking forward to being free of that trailer. I don't know if I'll even see it. I think there's other films coming out that week, so we'll see what happens. I hope there is. That did not look like one of the ones I'll enjoy. Toy Story 4, here's the thing. We've never had a legitimate trailer for this. We've had little ads, like the one we got in this one where it's them around in a circle, just yay, and then it's a little stick figure or the spork figure. But we've never had any real trailers for this film. We just know it's coming. I'm not certain what's going to be how we're going to be getting the marketing on that. That sentence didn't make sense. I'm not sure how the marketing's really going to be playing out on that one. Like, hell, even Avengers Endgame, the newest trailer, which still hasn't really given us much, gave us a bit. Like, we can get at least we generally have an idea of what's going to happen, like the most general basic idea. They're going to try to undo what Thanos did. That's basically it. They're basically going to try to save everyone. That's it. We don't know how necessarily they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. Dog's Journey. I didn't even see A Dog's Purpose because, one, I felt that thing was manipulating me, and two, it's a very deceiving film because it's you're watching a dog die repeatedly, and you're going to do the same thing in this damn movie. Look, if you liked A Dog's Purpose, and the box office said a lot of people wanted to see it, so a lot of people liked it. If you liked A Dog's Purpose, good on you. You'll probably like this. Uglyville, meh. I don't think this is going to be a very good year for animated films. Let's see. The best film we got so far is How to Train Your Dragon. That was a damn good film. Right now, it's my best animated film of the year. Toy Story 4, I have hopes for. I have solid hopes for. The name and Missing Link, by the way, was the other one. I'm down for Missing Links, made by Laika, who did Box Trolls, Kubo and Two Strings. I'm looking forward to that, but Uglyville. And worth noting, you don't get many actors, if any, to do voices. You instead get celebrities like Katy Perry or musicians like Katy Perry, Blake Shelton, Pitbull, because they did songs for the movie, so might as well give them more money for the movie by casting them in the movie. Why hire actual voice actors or actors who have voices that they can emote better, and actually convey emotional easier, and divvy out the money a bit more sporadically. Let's just lump their paychecks in between their original songs and their characters. Let's do that. Whatever. If I have to be there, I'll be there. Hopefully I can see something else that week. And then last but not least, we got Detective Pikachu. Not the newest trailer for Detective Pikachu, the first trailer. I'm looking forward to Detective Pikachu. Now, I am under the camp of people who said when I heard they were going to do a Pokemon movie, I'm like, you have 7 going on 8 generations of games, 20-something odd actual movies that you could base something on, and we are getting that Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution movie, which is CG. So many like stories you could tell theoretically in those regions, in those movies, in those whatever. And your first live-action Pokemon movie is Detective Pikachu. And I originally heard it was going to be like Danny DeVito, possibly. But they got Ryan Reynolds, who I think is actually a good choice. I would have been interested to see Danny DeVito voice that. I would have been interested to hear that. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it. But the trailers have won me over. And hell, the first trailer won me over pretty much. But then the second one came out, I'm like, oh, this is an even better trailer. I'm actually really looking forward to this. So yeah. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. It is the week of What If coming up, so just keep your eyes out for those What Ifs. I will be seeing 5 Feet Apart on Tuesday, matinee, so if I've got to pay money for that, I'll at least be able to get it up on discount. And Us is this week as well. So the week of What If, Us, and 5 Feet Apart are the guarantees. Death Battle prediction should be this week because we got the Widow versus Widowmaker fight happening. Standard who would wins. I think that's it. Unless we get some other information from Pokemon Shield or Sword or something for War of the Spark. I don't have any other plans this week. So, yeah. And my thoughts on the Avengers trailer, I didn't do a reaction just because I don't really do those. Reacting to something that I can't put on the screen is just kind of pointless, ultimately. And reviews are fine, but it's not really. Maybe when I get some more subscribers, I'll go back to doing the reviews. I don't feel like enough people are watching them to make it worth doing them. And hell, not a huge amount of people even watch all of my videos anyway. But I still do the videos that I like to do. But with the reviews, it's just. Nah, that one I think I'll let slide. There's a lot of type of videos I've kind of let fall to the wayside. Doesn't mean I won't get back to them at some point. There's only so many videos I can really do in a week. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time, folks.